saying that people would prefer Justin Herbert just because he doesn't come with any injury red flags, and he's a bigger, stronger, more athletic prospect, and just has less red flags. So
I think Love had a really bad junior year.
This year was a bad year for him. He could have came out last year. But this year was bad because he lost his starting running back, 3 starting receivers, I think his whole offensive line, offensive coordinator. It was terrible. Like, he didn't have anybody. So people kind of throw it out, but they say he has some Mahomes-type arm talent, which he kind of does, and he's athletic. I still think the Raiders.
Well, yeah, man.
He's a dark horse for the Raiders, but, you know. I mean, for college football, this is really it. I mean, it's kind of quiet. I'm pretty sure cats are working out. People are transferring, but it's just it's up in the air. But if Tua's healthy, like healthy, I really don't think the Redskins should touch him because they have Haskins, and Haskins is a good quarterback. But that'd be stupid to draft somebody that high and then be like, oh, well, the owner wanted him and nobody else wanted him. Like, no, you make it work with him. You don't just go get Tua, because then you just totally devalue Haskins by drafting Tua. And then you can't, like, what's he going to do, be a backup? Like, you can't be a bust your second year in the league when the team that drafted you never really gave you a chance. So, it'll be, I
More
think,
good news.
Five QBs who could be first round picks in this draft. So that's it for college football.
More good news. Tom Brady pledged $10 million in meals and COVID-19 relief. The Patriots plane also got $1.2 million masks from China. So shout out to NFL players using their money and NFL teams using their resources to help out on the ground. I know I talked about Breeze last week and Chandler Jones and other guys, but, you know, the list goes on and on. So shout out to everybody out there doing good work with this whole pandemic. With that, let's go ahead and move to touchdown or turnover. I got a lot of things from this week, just different transactions, so just kind of want to speed through it. Just give me whether or not it's a touchdown or turnover, like maybe a sentence or two. Can we do that, Kenny?
Let's do it.
All right, you got the drop? All right, man, so the NFL draft is moved out of Vegas. If you see any videos from the draft, it's basically a ghost town. But they have the option to go back to the draft in 2022. So, Kenny, the draft in 2022 in Vegas, is that a touchdown or is that a turnover?
Anytime the draft is in Vegas, it's going to be a touchdown because they're going to go all out.
I agree, man. 4 twos? That seems kind of lucky. Why not? And besides, we might actually get to go to that one. So,
yeah.
Let's manifest it now.
That'd be fire.
All right, so ROnald Darby, former Philadelphia Eagles corner, former Buffalo Bills corner, has signed with the Washington Redskins on a short 1-year prove-it deal. Over the past, really, 3 years, he's kind of battled injuries, but I think he's only like 26 or 27. So is that a touchdown or a turnover, Darby to the Redskins?
I think it's a touchdown. Rivera knows how to coach defense, and I don't think he's going to get eaten up the way Philly's secondary got eaten up. I think their pass rush is going to be better in Washington, so he should be better in coverage.
All right, so the Ravens deal with Michael Brockers kind of fell through, but Brockers is back with the Rams, 3 years, $24 million. Is that a touchdown or a turnover for Brockers?
Touchdown. I mean, it pretty much came out because he went to a independent doctor, and then that doctor went to a third-party specialist that he trusted, and like came out that he needs to get surgery on that ankle. And that's why the deal with the Ravens fell through. But, I mean, playing next to Aaron Donald back in that spot, it's a win for him, and it's a win for the Rams because it's one less position they have to fill.
Yeah, I think it's a touchdown too because Brockers has essentially been like really the. I don't know if you could say a heart and soul because obviously that's Aaron Donald. He's the best player. He makes them go, but he's definitely been
the linchpin.
I wouldn't even say X factor. Yeah, linchpin. There you go. He's been the dude who
he's the pivot.
He's played nose tackle. He's played 5 technique. He's played 1 technique. He's played 3 technique. He's been there through the Fisher era. He's been there through the Wade Phillips era. Now he's going to be there for the new defensive coordinator. So he just does what they ask him to do. He does it well. You know, his stats might not always jump out at you, but he's a really solid player. He's under 30, and I think it's a good deal. I mean, I don't like 3 years, $24 million. I have to look more into that in terms of like what the guarantees are. But overall, you know, I'm happy for him to be back with the Rams. We need to keep some of their talent, so I think it's a good move.
Yeah.
Derek Wolfe, essentially a replacement for Brockers at defensive end for the Ravens. He signs a deal with them. Is that a touchdown or is that a turnover, Kenny?
That's a touchdown. When he's healthy, he's a good, solid player. And he's respected by his teammates. And you put him on that defensive line with Calais Campbell and I think Michael Pierce. I forget who their nose tackle is. Aside from Jelly.
Incredibly versatile. You know, that's
Brandon
what the
Williams.
Ravens are always. That's what the Ravens do is versatility, and I think Wolfe really kind of fits in that as well.
Yeah.
The Cowboys, they signed a couple of people. They signed Terry Poe and Gerald McCoy, 2 former first-round picks. They were both with the Panthers last year. And they also signed former Ram, Greg Zuerlein, Greg DeLake. So the Cowboys' moves this week, is that a touchdown or a turnover?
Touchdown. They needed a kicker, and they fortified their interior defensive line.
They needed a kicker for like 2 decades.
Yeah. I just remember Nick Folk
I'll mix on Greg DeLake because he has a good leg, but that man has no accuracy, and I know because I had him in Madden.
So he's Sebastian Janikowski?
Excellent up until not quite, but
he's more accurate. He's more accurate than Janikowski.
Yeah, and like up until 2 years ago, he was really good. Like last year, he was okay. He was good. The Detroit Lions, your favorite city, signed Reggie Ragland. Is that a touchdown or is that a turnover?
I mean, they let Devon Kennard walk. They got to sign somebody. Are they running a 3-4? Like I don't know what the hell Detroit's doing, but it's not gonna look good. Their defense is
I just feel bad I just feel bad for Gerard Davis because it's like this man was already battling injuries, and now like they just clearly don't have a plan for him. Like it seems like he's probably gonna be out of there soon. Just like Hand is out of there. I mean, Robinson is out of there. Robinson is out of there. Hand is probably next. Like the Lions just clearly are still dysfunctional in like drafting people without plans or fit to develop them. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know if Ragland will be a touchdown or turnover there. I think he fits their scheme, but they're the Lions, so who knows what they'll do. All right, so a couple of tackle moves. The Bills got Darrell Williams. The Bears got Efedli from the Seahawks. Do you think them two getting signed before Trent Williams gets traded, is that a touchdown or a turnover?
That's a touchdown because, I mean...
Like, you would rather sign one of those guys than give up a first-round pick to get Trent Williams?
The Redskins are playing hardball. I think there's plenty of teams who would have given up a first for Trent Williams, especially he passes his physical. He just doesn't want to play for the Redskins. It's that simple. If I was the Chargers, I would have been pulled the trigger on that. I would have pulled the trigger on that early, probably during the season. But that's just me. They're talking about getting Jason Peters potentially and Cam Newton. Like, now would be the time to be like, Cam, we want you.
Cam with the Redskins would actually not be bad.
I'm talking. Not Cam with the Redskins, because that's a dumpster fire. Cam with the Chargers, and then the Chargers trade to get Trent Williams, but they don't give up this year's first. All right, I'll give you a second, a third, and next year's first.
They still got to draft the quarterback, I think.
I'll give you a 2 and a 3 this year and a first next year, but you ain't getting my first next year for Trent Williams.
It's too much for a 30-year-old tackle. But
that's why I said a 2 and a 3.
Apple no longer signing with the Raiders. The deal fell through. Is that a touchdown or turnover for Eli Apple? For Eli Apple.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah. You don't think he's going to get another deal somewhere? I think he will.
Eli Apple has all the athleticism in the world, but like 31 awareness.
Is he worse than Artie Burns?
No one's worse than Artie Burns. I don't trust Miami. I don't trust Miami cornerbacks anymore. Name the last good Miami cornerback. Don't say Phillip Buchanan. Name the last good one. You got to go back a while. Don't say Mike Rumpf.
Van Dyke?
I said just good. Kidding. Yeah, what to say? What's wrong with you? Miami doesn't produce quality corners anymore. I can't name the last one that stuck.
To Iowa, to the Hawks, 7 sacks last year, touchdown or turnover for Seattle.
Touchdown.
Touchdown. He played there before.
It's a touchdown and another turnover for Jadeveon Clowney. That Wells.
I think they're the team who drafted him. I want to say
probably
or not drafted him.
He had to start with him. He had to start with him early.
Yeah.
Sucks to be Jadeveon Clowney right now. This one.
Gabbert is back with the Bucs. Signed the deal to be their backup. Touchdown or turnover. Gabbert as a backup to Tom Brady.
Turnover.
Honestly, Gabbert's not that bad, but he's not that good.
What are you even saying? That's like every backup quarterback. I'm just tired of seeing trash white backup QBs that don't need to be in the league.
Like David Fields, bro, what has David Fields ever done?
Not been as bad as Blaine Gabbert.
Besides Dink and Duck in San Jose.
Not been as bad as Blaine Gabbert. I'd rather not have that bad a tape and be a mystery. I'd rather not have that horrible of tape out there and be a mystery than be what Blaine Gabbert is. He ain't gonna play.
I guess.
Like I'd rather have Jameis Winston as my backup. I'd rather have Jameis Winston as my backup.
Well, obviously, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, no, I agree.
What about Tyrod Taylor?
All right, man. So, I guess. All right, so the Titans re-inked your boy. I don't know how to say his name, his first name.
I think it's Kamala.
But his last name's Correa. Yeah. Former Boise State linebacker, edge rusher. Kind of had a resurgent year with the Titans after getting traded there.
From Baltimore.
Ended up starting by the end of the year. So is that a touchdown or a turnover? Titans getting back Correa.
Touchdown. He's thriving in that system. He finally found his niche. He could always play. Just Baltimore with those fronts, it wasn't really good for him.
They just didn't know what to do with him. They didn't know what to do with him. He had too much athleticism. They had too much athleticism.
They had too many functional pass rushers, and then they wanted him to play linebacker and back it in coverage. Like, no. He's a pass rusher. You just got to pass rusher, edge setter. Like, you just got to find a role for him and let him thrive in it.
The Pats released your boy Cody Kessler. Is that a touchdown or a turnover for Kessler? Safety. Texans signed Timmy Jernigan. Touchdown or turnover?
Touchdown. Good. They need bodies. I mean, their defense is